Hey, what's up, guys? So I had a few people ask me to make a Omen tutorial. I decided to start with Ascent first. Astra is kind of taken over in competitive play over Omen, but Omen is still a very strong agent, especially in ranked, because Astra requires a lot of teamwork and communications, which you probably won't get out of your ranked teammates. So Omen's still a great agent. We're gonna start with Ascent. Let me know if you have any questions, and thank you. All right, so the first thing we're going to go over is smokes. At the start of the round, no matter where you are on the map, unless your team is doing a straight up A hit or a straight up B hit, you're going to be smoking one of three things. You always want to use a smoke right off the start of the round. Your smokes regenerate. You want to get the second one in 35 seconds. So you're either going to be smoking Catwalk, like this. You're going to be smoking mid steps, or you're going to be smoking mid. Now, how do you know which one to smoke? If majority of your team is coming from top mid, and you have a SoaR on your team who's darting mid, somewhere over here or here, this is the smoke you use. If you do not have a SoaR on your team, or your SoaR is not darting mid, you do this smoke. This smoke isn't as good as the step smoke, because someone can play around in it, they might be able to sneak out, pop a kill, get in, or get away like this. You smoke Catwalk if majority of your team is coming from tiles, and you have a SoaR dart over here to clear mid. Make sure no one's opping. This is still always a risk. If like there's an opper posted here, SoaR dart won't usually get that. Hopefully your SoaR drones or something. But if your enemy team is really strong and pushing off cat, peeking tiles a lot, then obviously you're gonna want to smoke it off. Alright, so next thing we're going to talk about, let's say you're defaulting towards A main. An attack. You want to make the enemy feel as much pressure this lane as you can. And force them to use utility. So what I like to do as Omen is, you have this amazing ability. It's a TP ability, right? Almost every Omen guide won't talk about using your ability like this. You want to create the presence so they don't know where you are. Say if a guy's peeking here, he comes here, here's your TP. What do you think he thinks? Okay, he's over here in this corner, right? Something you could do. So you come here, TP. You can peek him like this, right? You challenge that. But what you could also do is fake a TP. So he might think you're there. Peek him like this. Now this one's my favorite. You could TP up here instead. And he might think you're there. He might think you faked it. You just jump up, get a free kill. I actually did that against our match against Cloud9, and I got 2 free kills because one guy was walking up like this, and the other one was going like this to clear this corner. I was just right above them. It's beautiful. So, because I'm doing that, obviously there's a fourth thing you can do too, not TP. And they might just push, and you could just be sitting right here and hold, because they think, all right, this guy keeps TPing. He didn't TP here this time. He must be towards B. Well, let's take control of A main, and then you're just sitting here, and you get a free kill. So, you're playing a mind game with them. They're going to be scared to push it to A main, because they don't know if you're here, if you're up here, if you're here. They'll have no clue. So they have to start, if they want this control, they won't be able to just dry peek. They'll have to use a flash, a molly. They'll have to spend utility. Your TP costs only 100 credits. Theirs costs significantly more. Whatever they want to use to clear you out will cost more. The same concept can also be applied to mid. You're able to TP here. Peek this angle. If you're feeling a little risky, you can TP up top. Might be able to get a kill here. Right here. The same concept could be applied to B. Now you can jiggle here. Usually it's over dart somewhere. You can break it. You can TP behind this box. Peek this angle. This one's a little bit harder just because of the way B main works. You obviously can only be here or here. There's usually SoaR's here, and this wall is very wall bangable with a Odin. And this is pretty easy to clear out with a molly. So it obviously is always better if you have a teammate with you. It would be awesome if you TP'd here and you had a teammate here and you guys did a double peek. It's a great way to clear up your main. But make use of your TP. A lot of people don't, and it's actually very strong. Alright, next we'll talk about your flash. So, there's a few ways to use your Omen blind on attack. If you're starting at A, this is obviously a great one if you're doing a fast A rush. You get blind here, and you just have all the A main control instantly. Alright, so let's say you're doing A take. What do you want to do as Omen? There's a couple things. The most important thing, no matter what you do, is having a good door smoke. You have to smoke this door for your team. And you want to make this smoke as flush with this doorway as possible. You don't want to give them too much room to play around in the smoke. The smoke should be towards the tree side, the garden side. So that way if they run through, your team instantly spots them, gets a kill. So. If you go into the A take, you should have at least one smoke. You smoke here. You could either flash this lane, which is getting switch and generator. Or if you know the person's playing green a lot, you can just tilt it a little bit and flash this lane. Now, here's an Omen tip for you. Your flash actually has 3 different speeds. So the first normal default speed is if you're sitting still. Your flash will go faster if you hit the W key and throw it. And your flash will go slower if you're hitting the S key and throwing it. So whenever you're throwing a flash for your team, it's always best to tap your W key and throw the flash. It'll go faster. It's harder for the enemy team to dodge it. It's better. So on your A take, this smoke, you're gonna throw a heaven smoke if you have one. You want to try to make it come out from behind the wall a little bit, so that way they have to swing wide before they can peek. Like Opera might come out, try to peek through the smoke, get a kill. If he wants to fall back, he'll either have to use his dash or he'll get spammed through the smoke. You don't want to put the smoke flush with the wall here, because if they come out for a kill, then you try to spam them, they're behind the wall into safety. So you have the 2 smokes up, you blinded a lane, what can you do? Alright, say your jet dash is out, you know sight's clear because you have a dart. You want to come, you can either run out, come here, say close door. Or if you want to get out faster and support your jet, you can jump TP like this, something I like doing once in a while. I only do that if I know sight's clear. You don't want to get caught with your pants down, get killed. A really good after plan spot for Omen is after you get bomb down, you can play on top of the generator. This is a really strong angle. You can also hold door from here. Be aware of the darts. Common silver dart is here on that wall. I can also throw one here. You want to make sure you don't get scammed by dart, because in this position it's just giving up, and they can also spam you through this wall. Alright, now let's say you're going into a B hit. What do you want to do? Once you guys get full B main control, it's pretty simple. Smoke here. As an Omen, this is the most important smoke you have. It's like how door on A side was the most important smoke. This is the important smoke. For this, if you have your second smoke, you can smoke it. Jet can smoke this. Cypher can smoke this with his cage. Your jet can dash out. Something that's very common is your jet should dash out over here with his smokes. Close the door so the rest of you guys can come out safely. But if you have both smokes, you can just use the smoke there. A good flash to use for here is this one. You can get anyone playing steps, anyone playing close to the wall, and anyone in boat here. So for after plans for Omen, there's not much crazy things you can really do. One thing you could do is if you go into this smoke form, the clear one here, you can get a one-way smoke on top of this lamp. So you can put that up there. You can kind of hold lane like this. It's cool, but it takes a little bit of time. It's hard to get up there, so only do that if you really have control of sight. Otherwise, I would just chain a smoke steps or something. If you have your flash, you can sit here and play off your teammate's contact, something like that. Alright, let's talk about defense on Omen. There's a few ways to play this. I like to play it towards A side or cat. One of the most common things you can do as Omen is this one-way smoke here. You just put it on top of this ledge. You have a little bit of a one-way. Something else you can do is if you have a teammate here supporting you, you can TP into wine. If there's someone A main, they will hear it. But you can have like a nice crossfire with your teammate here and here. If you start a lot of people coming to A main to fight you, you know, you can do this flash. You have to be careful about mollies and things like that. If you need to get away, you can always TP out. Another thing you can do on A site is you can play behind this box. You can jump spot by jumping and hitting your head on this ledge right here so that you're not exposed for that long, and you can spot A main. So you can go like this. You will be able to see anyone walking A main. You see when you make contact, you can either smoke or you can get ready, flash them, and swing and take a fight. If you're playing Catwalk, you can use this one-way smoke here to help you hold it. I'm not that big of a fan of it. It is strong though, but usually people just don't come and peek it, so it doesn't really do much. When you're playing cat, you're usually going to be playing a lot of retake. When you're retaking A, you know, this is the most important smoke. A good flash you can use is you sit here and you would flash Ola, front Jenny, and green box. So you can flash like that, come out, help your team fight. Or if you want to get all of hell, you can use this flash, and this would get back Jenny and all of the right side of hell. So you would flash here, your teammates from heaven would swing and drop. Something I like to do when retaking B is if we clear out this whole area, you know, we have all this clear, we have this clear. We either cleared B main or we smoked it off, right? I'll be CT. I will teleport on top of this box. And I'll just jump peek and start peeking towards site. If someone's playing back left here, or if they're playing around this default area here, this is just a free kill. No one will ever kill you up here the first time you peek. So even if you're not seeing anyone too, you can sit up here. If your teammates are retaking from lane, you can stay here, and often someone will peek into you and you can get a kill. So I would sit up there for a little, and then I would drop and help my team clear. Some useless information. I'm sure most of you guys know your flash can break this glass. Smoke can also break the glass. One thing about this TP play here, just the same way as you do this on attack, you can do this on defense too. So you can fake the TP. You can go here, fake TP. Someone A main hears it. They might tell their Phoenix or Killjoy to molly it. They might shock dart it. You know, it's a good way to make the enemy team waste utility. If you make the enemy team waste utility for the cost of 1 TP, you're winning the economy war. And that's very important for actually winning rounds. For Omen ultimates, this map is actually one of the ones where I think his ult is a little bit weaker. If you're on attack and you're doing an A hit, you can ult here. I don't like the ult in this corner because you can't see under hell and someone could be hiding here and they'll just swing out. So as your team's doing attack, you can help the people entering a little bit by ulting here. Very often I'll cancel or I'll break it unless I know the site's completely clear because I don't want to die for free. But if there is someone site, someone green box, they'll have to flick at me, break the ult, and then flick back at my teammates entering. So it is a pretty good ultimate. If I'm hitting site, another place you can ult is on top of this box. If you have this smoke up, this could be a good one. This is one that sticks sometimes if I have the smoke up. It could be a good after plant position. The smoke fades, I could get a free kill and drop down. Another ultimate you can do, obviously, is if you're doing a B hit, back B site one is very good. No one's here, it's a very safe one to stick. Support your teammate from here. When I'm on defense on this map, for my ultimate, usually I just like it to rotate quickly. So if I'm A site, I'll use it to rotate towards B. If I'm B site, I'll rotate towards A. So that's my Omen tutorial for Ascent. It's pretty simple, nothing crazy. I just want to give you guys a rundown on how I play it. I want to explain to you how you can use your TP to make the enemy team waste utility so they don't have after plans, so they have worse economy and things like that. I think this is a pretty important aspect of Omen that isn't usually covered in a lot of Omen guides. Everything else is pretty basic. Uh, Maybe there's something new you learned. I hope you did. If there's anything specific you want to know that I didn't cover in the video, feel free to ask in the comments and I'll try to answer. Anyway, thank you guys for your support. Hope you have a great day.